religious traditions, cultural practices are extremely important in society. But we should not restrict ourselves to that much.
My question is, since childhood, it has been inculcated in us to go to the temple on special occasions and events. We have a temple in our home. What is the importance of going to the temple when there is a temple at home?
There are certain spiritual practices and certain religious practices, cultural practices. If we do away completely with religious tradition and culture, then what we have left is only spirituality. By the principles of spirituality, you don't even need a temple at home because God is inside your heart, right? But the problem is that if you say, God is in my heart, I don't need any temples, that's a very elevated principle. And if you are really not there, if you are not actually realizing the presence of God inside, then you will be left with nothing at all. So the religious traditions, the cultural practices give us something simple. They give us a step to fall back on. And that is why going to the temple is one such tradition. When you go to the temple, you first of all take off your shoes, create this feeling that I'm entering the house of God. The devotional sentiment starts getting cultivated from there. And then when you go before the Lord, you bow down. Now that bowing down, that humbling of the ego is purifying to us. It's nurturing our spiritual sentiments. And then, unless we are gross atheists, we try and see the presence of the Lord in that deity. Right? So for the little time, we feel connected with the Lord. And then we offer our prayers. So to some extent, we have nourished our devotion. The temple serves as the center of a God-conscious society. In history, great kings, they built their kingdoms around the presiding deities of the kingdom. That was the tradition of the land. If you see the city of Jaipur, it is all built around the Radha Govindji temple. And Raja Man Singh, he had built the temple such that the morning moment he would get out of his room, he could immediately have darshan of Govind Dev Ji. So this feeling that the Lord is the center of our kingdom was nurtured in the people. It became a support system for the culture. It became a place where everybody would congregate to strengthen their roots, their values. So, religious traditions, cultural practices are extremely important in society. But we should not restrict ourselves to that much. When you go to a temple, you try and connect with God. Try and make space for Him in your heart. And then when you leave the temple, try and see the whole world as the temple of God.